Hey everybody, we're back. If you're new, thanks for joining us. I'm Shannon, that's Coco. Click that subscribe button, please. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. Y'all, today's video is on this big old, it's not a big old hunkin' thing, but it's a pretty big train case, makeup case, beauty travel case type of thing. So I had looked on YouTube. My husband ordered this, had no clue it was coming in. Very nice surprise. But I looked on YouTube to see what other people thought of it, or, you know, if they sectioned theirs a different way, loaded theirs a different way, packed theirs up, whatever. And I realized I think this is a newer version, so I found a lot of videos of the older version, but none of the newer one. So I figured today I will go over this case, which is it's a pretty heavy duty case. It does lock. I have the keys, but I'm not going to use them. So I figured I will give y'all a little peek at this case. I'm trying not to blind you with the mirror. It comes with a few different things. I'm going to load it up so we can see what all you can actually fit in here. And I will tell you about the one thing that I kind of dislike about it. This velcros in, so you have the velcro on the bottom. My plan with this, because you have to have this perfectly in the middle if you're gonna have the light bulbs in there to close it. Take the light bulbs out, push this as far over to the side as I possibly can. So pretty much like that. So I have all of this space here, and then I will just take the light bulbs out and I will put them into this little thing right there. Okay, so what I think would have made this better is if the sides, okay, let's look at this. This is where you turn the lights on. This is the actual plug. The original one, I think the plug was like somewhere around here and the light switch was somewhere. This dims and everything, so it's not plugged in, so I can't show you just yet. But what I think would have made this better is if this was longer. So you didn't have to figure out what you were doing with your light bulbs. You could just close this and it be good. Because as it is right now, obviously you can't close this. But if this whole case was just longer in general, I would rather the case be wider and not have to worry about storing the light bulbs or figuring out some extra space. Anyway, let's load this up and see what all it will hold. Okay, so far, just these are actually removable. What I will say is I find them to be very cheap. This is kind of like a crappy plywood type of thing, but you can section this however you want. This is just how I have it. So in this space, and I still have plenty of room, I have a bronzer, a setting powder. I figured let me just see what all I would normally take with me. So I have a foundation, the two primers that I love, a mascara, a bronzer, a concealer. All of that is fitting into here perfectly. And then over here, I thought, oh, let me just see, because you do have some extra space where you could shove things. So I put the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush bronzer right in there. I checked to make sure it would still close, so if I take this light bulb out, it still will close perfectly, and we still have plenty of space to put all of the other things. The one thing I'll say is if you have a palette that's like a Morphe palette, where those palettes are wider, not like a naked palette, where are you going to put this? You could take the middle case out, or you could take all the dividers out, but the whole point is to have the case and the divider. So where would you put those larger palettes? Not like a naked palette or a chocolate bar would fit like right in here and that would be fine. But if you had a larger palette, Cara, Morphe, some of those larger palettes, they're just not going to fit. So that's one thing I'm just like, I guess realistically what you could do, because you have a little bit, I'll show you. You have a little bit of space right here. If it's a flat palette, I guess you could fit it on here. We'll try that. Okay, so I grabbed this palette, a fairly big palette. If you put it this way and you have your light bulbs out, it's not going to close, but it's because this is hitting this or that. So if you flip it this way and it's more in the middle, it will definitely close up perfectly. I also grabbed a highlighter. If you're okay, I can slide this highlighter right here. It's just a Becca highlighter. I threw in the Urban Decay on the Run, and then I have a blush in there, and you still have so much room, and you can arrange this however you want. This palette could actually stand up straight like this and not have a problem. So where I was thinking like the light bulb packaging takes up too much space and this cord is just so bulky and it takes up space, there's actually a lot more space than I thought, because these are things like, okay, let's just throw this in here. Okay. Another eyeshadow palette that I love, and a little blush thing. I already have a blush in there. You can throw in, you know, lipsticks. You could fit a whole bunch of lipsticks right in here, or you can make it smaller if you want so they don't move around. But this is like, just say this. something that I could make a number of different looks with. I have 2 different blushes, 3 different blushes because this is a little duo. I've got bronzer. I mean, I have pretty much everything I need, and I could fit so much more. I have this, like, I have a few bronzers. I could fit, like, let me just grab, okay. Let me grab a few. Like, you see, you could fit so much more in there. I'll just put that in there. Let's just grab, I don't know, we're just grabbing stuff just to see, like, there's just so, let's get this. There's so much space. As I'm doing this video, I'm genuinely thinking, like, I kind of like this a lot more than I had anticipated. Like, honestly, now I'm feeling like that bigger one, that rolling suitcase one with the legs and everything, that might be overkill, you know? You may not even, this holds so much. I'm honestly literally in shock right now. Okay, let me go ahead and put the light bulbs in and I'll show you how it lights up. Okay, so once you take the cord out, you do have the space here. I will continue to have this set up, not with this in the middle. I feel like that just works better for me with bigger items like this and like this. But let's get into this. So you plug it in here, here's your switch, and I'll show you how it lights up. So it like slowly comes on. You can dim it if you want. But so look, I'm going to turn it all the way off. So it's switched off, right? When you turn it on, it slowly starts to light up, which I'm not mad at. I'm just pointing that out. But you can change it however you want. If you want it brighter or not, it actually gets pretty bright, y'all. That's a good sized freaking mirror. I'm in love right now. And even with the stuff that I stuck over here on the side with the cord, it actually all fits right here too. And I was gonna say, oh, I like this highlighter palette, so I can throw that in. Like, I literally have so much stuff here. 10 out of 10, recommend. Okay, y'all, I will link the train case below and the bigger one. They do have a bigger one that has wheels. It's like a rolling carry-on size, and it has like a stand thing and everything. I feel like this one for me is perfect because when we go on trips, this will fit underneath the seats in the wagon. And I don't have the luxury of taking a whole rolling carry-on suitcase with me just for my makeup. If I didn't have all the kids, I would probably get the other one. But as it stands, this one I think is perfect for me and my lifestyle and the amount of space that I actually have for something like this, because a rolling carry-on's just not, it's not gonna work for me, y'all. Anyway, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, click the bell, all those good things. Yaya's over there. Say bye. 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 Bye.